Hi, everybody. This week, we lost an icon. Somebody who was a personal hero of mine, somebody who ended up transforming not just the world of sports, but the world as a whole. The greatest, the champ, Muhammad Ali. I know that during the course of this week, we are seeing this incredible outpouring of love and testimony about the impact that he had as an athlete in the ring, as somebody who was willing to speak out on behalf of issues of social justice, even at a time when they were not popular. Somebody who ended up becoming an ambassador, not just on behalf of one of the world's great religions, but also somebody who sought to bridge a relationship of peace and understanding between religions. A person who, for African Americans, I think liberated their minds in recognizing that they could be proud of who they were, and also that they could be pretty and tough at the same time. And I grew up watching him. I grew up having my identity shaped by what he accomplished. And one of the great blessings of my life was the fact that when I ran for office, became a U.S. Senator and then a president, I was able to get to know the champ. It was later in life. He had already been stricken with Parkinson's, and so sometimes it was difficult for him to talk and to move. And yet, the incredible gestures of love and support that he showed me was one of the great blessings of my life. And so, during this week, what I wanted to do was to just show you two things that I keep here in the White House as reminders of him. These are not things that I put away somewhere and then just are trotting out for this particular moment. These are things that I've been living with every single day that I've been here in the White House as a reminder of everything that Muhammad Ali stood for. So come on, we'll take a look at it. Okay, so first of all, we've got this book which says, GOAT, the greatest of all time, a tribute to Muhammad Ali. And the significance of this book, which I actually keep in the residence, I brought down here. This is sort of the back dining room of the Oval Office where I eat more informal lunches. But I wanted to bring it down here so people could see it. We actually keep this up in the residence. And Michelle and the girls and my mother-in-law, we've all thumbed through this book plenty of times. Not only is it an amazing book, which has these incredible pictures of all the iconic photographs that people took of the champ as he was coming up. But the reason it's so important to me is the champ gave this book to me personally. He actually delivered it through somebody who was working on my staff and was a family friend of his, wanted me to have it. And what I learned was that he really was rooting for me the whole time that I was running for the U.S. Senate and running for the presidency. And he thought that having this book would be a nice way for me to know that I had a champ in my corner. And so one of the reasons why I love this book so much, all the pictures are great, but this picture in particular, which I'm assuming anybody watching knows, the iconic shot of the champ standing over Sonny Liston at a time when nobody thought that Ali could defeat, not just Liston once, but Liston twice. This picture, actually, I hung up over my desk in my campaign office when I was first running for the U.S. Senate. And I hung this picture up, a photograph, a poster, because I was a big underdog when I was running for the U.S. Senate. Nobody expected me to win. And every day when I was out there campaigning or making calls, and people would say, what's your name again? How do you pronounce that? Barack Obama? I could come back to my office and see the champ and remember he shocked the world, and maybe I could too. When I won the U.S. Senate race, I took this same poster, the same photograph, and I put it in my Senate office. And I have always treasured this because it just reminded me that nothing is impossible, and that if you put in the work and you believe in yourself, you never know what might happen. So I love this book. The fact that the champ gave it to me personally means the world to me. Second thing I want to show you real quick, he has a pair of gloves from the champ that he signed to Barack from Muhammad Ali. And I've kept this in this dining room the entire time that I've been president. Self-explanatory why it would be important for me to have these here, because although I don't know how good of a boxer I am, I have had to slug it out a little bit here in Washington. And there have been times where I've been the underdog, just like the champ. There have been times where I got beat up a little bit and had to come back. And that sense of resilience, that's what these boxing gloves represent to me. So I just want to say to not just all the fans around the world who drew such inspiration from Muhammad Ali, but most importantly to his family, to Lonnie and the kids and everybody who I know is celebrating a life during this week. It's very rare where a figure captures the imagination of the entire world. And it's even rarer when that figure does so by being open and funny and generous and courageous. He was one of a kind. And in my book, he'll always be the greatest. God bless him.